Hello everyone, and welcome back to the OptumCare Virtual Community Center. Today, Colleen is going to take us through another great Tai Chi class. I personally love Tai Chi because it's great for our range of motion, strength, and also for calming the mind. So go ahead and clear out a nice space where you can move and enjoy this awesome Tai Chi class. Before engaging in this program, make sure you are in good physical condition and do not suffer from any known disability or condition which would prevent or limit your participation in this exercise program. An examination by a physician should be obtained by anyone prior to commencing a fitness and/or exercise program, or initiating a substantial change in the amount of regular physical activity performed. If you choose not to obtain a physician's consent prior to beginning this fitness program, you should continue at your own risk. It is your sole responsibility to participate in exercises that are appropriate for the current status of your health. It is your responsibility to ask your doctor if this activity is appropriate before participating. This program is not medically supervised, and exercise activities are led by independent fitness instructors or employees of OptumCare. OptumCare Network of Arizona is not responsible for the actions or omissions of the instructors or other program participants.
Hello, thanks for joining in our Tai Chi practice today. We're going to go ahead and get started right away. First is positioning the body. Second will be then working with our breath. So we want to start with the feet about hip distance apart and try and make them nice and straightforward. So sometimes they have a tendency to maybe turn out. We want to see if we can get a nice level footing. And we're going to go ahead and rock forward and back just a little bit to where we feel the whole foot is equal, and I kind of grip the ground like an eagle grips a branch. So I'm trying to create that action. The knees don't lock here. My weight's centered directly in the middle and almost over the heels. The low belly lifts and the tailbone's going to begin to tuck. I'm going to open the front of the shoulders. So I inhale, bring the shoulders up, and exhale and back and down. Let's do that twice more. Just feels good. So in and out. We'll do that a third time. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Good, we have those shoulders down. Check the neck for tension. We tuck the chin, and it's like holding a grapefruit between the chin and the collarbone, opening the cervical spine. The back crown of the head is going to lift, and the face is going to relax. Second turns to our breath. We're going to hold this posture, and while we do, we're going to go ahead and begin breathing in and out of the nose, if we haven't already. Mouth gently closed, but with no tension, so the jaw is nice and light. So I have that action. The other piece that I'm going to do, breathing in and out, is I'm going to be working with the low dantian or low belly. So take your hand, put your fingers in your navel, go down about 3 fingers, and find that spot. Okay? So we're going to take that spot and find the center of our palm. We're going to take the centers of the palm right over that spot. So it's a specific point. So I have this kind of action, face is soft. Now we're going to inhale through the nose, nice and deep. And exhale through the nose, nice and firm. As we inhale, the belly relaxes, but no pushing. Exhale, gently hug the navel up and back. We're going to need to do this a few more times. Inhaling, relaxing the belly. And exhaling, pulling the navel back. We'll do 3 more to set it in. Little slower. In. And out. Last 2. Slower. In. Out. Final one like this. In. And out. We release the hands, but keep that same style of breathing. We start by pulling down the heavens, bending the knees, circle the arms. Inhale, we begin to draw up over the head. Eyes can look up, stretching through the fingers. And then exhale, settle it down, calming and releasing. We'll be doing that twice more. Inhale with a circle. And exhale, clearing down. Third and final, inhale. And exhale. Good. Now we're going to do a little bit of warm-up. Try and keep your breath active. It's okay if you forget the breath. Just return to it as much as you can. So we're going to start warming the major joints of the body. Let's start with the head. So first I'm just going to keep the torso tall and bring the chin down to the chest. I'm going to roll one ear to one shoulder. And then I come back through the middle and I'm going to roll the other ear to the other shoulder. Check and make sure there's no tension there. Maybe you want to go back and forth one more time. You can go back and around as long as the neck is fair and to the other side. Otherwise, just go through the middle. Center and then inhale. Lift the head and look forward again. Here we're going to do another stretch by taking the hands to the hips. Take one hand, doesn't matter which, we'll do both, and slide it onto the back a little. If your shoulder's tight, you can keep the hand on the hip. If it's pretty fair, you can slide it as far as you can behind the back, something that's reasonable. Try and keep the shoulder open. Knees are unlocked, so we're not locking out the legs, and the breath is still low in the body. We're going to begin by raising one hand over the head and placing it towards the back. Draw the elbows back, release the shoulders. Now, if you can, walk one hand to that opposite ear and kind of draw in the ear a little, elbow stays back. We're going to inhale while looking forward and exhale, look over the shoulder with the hand behind the back. Let's switch through the center. So I bring that one hand down to the hip. The other one comes to the head. Slide the hip hand behind the back if possible. Reach for that ear. Remember the elbows back, shoulders down, staying ease. In breath. Look out to the side. Exhale. We'll flow through that one more time each side. So inhale, switching the hands at the same time, if you can, and exhale, looking slightly up and back according to the neck. One more, in breath. And out breath. Good. Inhale, we're going to come to center. We're going to go ahead and release that down. So we're going to do some work in the arms. We'll be doing a lot of work in Tai Chi in the arms. So we want the shoulder, elbow, and wrist nice and open. So let's begin with the wrist. We're going to bring one hand forward, and it's called seating the wrist. So I press the palm forward, pull the fingers back towards the face. The other hand's going to come around and draw the fingers, and on an exhale, I'm going to try and draw the fingers back. Inhale, I can release, and exhale. So I'll show you that from the side. Open and gently draw back. Shoulders down and not crimping up. One more time. Good. And we'll come back to center and float it down. Other hand's going to come up, seat the wrist, shoulder down. Bring the hand forward. Inhale, exhale, press on that hand. In and out. In, out. So stretching through the wrist, the underside. We'll do the top side in just a moment. Good. And release. Outside of the wrist, I take the hands up and bring the fingers together. This is actually called steal a robin's egg. So I'm going to bring the fingers together. You'll see there's a bend in my wrist. I'm gently going to take the other hand and draw the hand down. Do it gently and according to what your body likes or is able to do today. Might be different tomorrow. So I'm gently just kind of stretching that wrist down. Good. And set. Final one. Other side, fingertips together. Wrist is up high, fingers are down. Other hand comes in front, and I'm just gently drawing. So giving that a nice clearing. Good. And hands come down. We're going to interlace those fingers, pull them up, and press the hands down. Getting a little bit more dynamic stretch. Hands come up to the heart, press forward, Exhale, drop the shoulders. Inhale, hands come to the head, pushing forward out through the forehead, and then if the shoulder dexterity is there, begin to bring the arms further up. Inhale, and if you like, exhale, rise up on the toes and stretch. Inhale, come down, plant the heels, bend the knees, and draw up and over, clearing to the side. In breath, out breath. In and out. Good. So we're just going to do one more each side. And up and out. In and out. Last one. In and out. In and out. Good. Center. Exhale, float down. Nice and easy. Our next one's a transition between warm-up and Tai Chi. Same footing, feet should be straight. Nice and comfortable, knees bent, low belly lifts, and tailbones anchoring. Chest is open. So now we start with holding a ball. We take one hand at that low spot at the low Dian-10 that we found earlier, and hopefully we're still doing that nice breath. The other hand comes up by the heart, and the elbows drop, so the wrists are kind of relaxed. We're going to take a nice inhalation. And as you're ready, we're going to exhale, and we're going to turn an imaginary ball over. I picture like holding a globe, hands on North and South Pole, and I'm trying to turn it directly without moving the hands. Let's go back and forth. So inhale, and exhale. So we can look at the hands, inhale, creating a focal point for the mind, and back and forth. We'll be using this hold a ball. Now, we're going to do it one more time, but with a stretch. So we're going to take an inhale, and we're going to divide. So pressing up with one hand and down with the other hand. Slide the hand down, seat those wrists, open the side body. Inhale, come back. Turn it over. Getting used to turning that ball, and exhale. Both hands move simultaneously. This creates a smoothness in the neuronet. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's come down and complete. You can always just enjoy playing with turning a ball, maybe when you're waiting instead of waiting. You can be training, okay? So just something you can work on. Next, we're going to take the feet wider for our Tai Chi movement. Horse stance, so ideally the feet would come together. I would turn the toes out, the heels out, the toes out again, and then bring the heels wide. So that should be your double hip distance for your personal body. Try not to push forward. The rule is that the knees stay behind the toes and the torso stays tall. Belly, heart, and head. It's your 3 scoops of ice cream, so don't drop one. Okay, so we keep this nice and upright. Let's just warm the hips a couple of times because we haven't done lots with that. Inhale, we'll stretch up. And exhale, coming down, horse riding stance. Now you're going to find a depth that works for you. Inhale. Be very careful of the knees that they don't push forward. Stay back in the heels. Third time in this manner. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now we'll use that sinking and rising action, so keep the legs there. We're going to start with that hold ball. Remember, one hand at the low Dian-10, the other hand at the heart center. So we're going to be doing 2 things called grasping small bird's tail and grasping large bird's tail. So first what we're going to do is you're going to take the bottom hand that's by your belly, and we're going to bring it up a little. The other hand's going to fall and take your pulse. Okay? So we're just going to start there for a moment. Hands are here. Bring the hands to meet, taking your pulse. Then a gentle pressing out. The imagery here is you have a small sparrow and you're catching its tail very lightly, just a couple of fingers. So it's an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, exhale. In and out. I come up, Take the pulse and hands push slightly out. This is a horizontal plane. Inhale and exhale. Good. We're going to do that one more time, and we're going to add the second part to it. So we come up, hand comes down, pushing it out. Now, whatever hand's on bottom comes to your heart. The other hand goes back to the DN10. Other side is grasping a large bird's tail. So you lift one hand like you're holding a large peacock, and we're going to stretch its, stroke down its tail as if stretching and all the way to the other hip. Okay? So I redo that once again. So hand comes up, pet the tail to the hip. Bottom hand comes to the top, all the way to the hip. We'll do that one more time. We're going to go back and forth. Is going to be our lesson today. So I give it a nice stretch. Now, ideally, it's the original hand that was on bottom. If you don't remember, it really doesn't matter. We'll do both sides. So I'm going to hold a ball. I'm going to bring the hands to take the pulse. Press out slightly. Okay, and this is the small bird's tail. I come back, holding a ball, sweep past taking a pulse, and grasp the large bird's tail. So we inhale, we'll do that again. Large bird's tail. Good. Inhale, gather. First side, small bird's tail. Center. Second side, large bird's tail. Inhale. Small bird's tail. Inhale. Large bird's tail. So we're moving right and left hand simultaneously in opposite directions. In. Ideally, this would be a 5-minute movement. Find a nice calming 5-minute song, put it on, focus on the movement and your breath. In and out. In and out. In. Large bird. Just a couple of more. Inhale up. Exhale, small bird. So you'll notice I'm focusing on the hands, giving the mind something to pay attention to. Otherwise, it tends to dart around the room, think of other things. Moving meditation. In and out. We'll do 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Small bird. Exhale. Inhale. And large bird. Exhale. We rise up, bring the feet together and close. Always bring the hands back to the belly, taking a couple of breaths, recentering. And we finish with our 3 pull downs. Feet hip distance, inhale, sweep up, exhale, clear down. 2 more, inhale up, exhale down. Final one, inhale up, and exhale down. All right, everyone, thanks for joining. Have a great day.